Welcome to Destiny Moments with Eunice. Today is particularly a very interesting edition, more so that we have a very interesting guest on set today. He is a filmmaker. He's a veteran actor. You know what I mean? A veteran actor. He's a husband, he's a father. He's been acting. As a matter of fact, the first day I met him as he walked in, I said, what's Wole Soyinka doing here? He's a father, he's a husband. He started acting since 1969. I call him my screen hero. Join me as I bring to you Victor Olaotan.
I established Role Studios with a vision of showing the ultimate in African entertainment.
You're welcome, sir.
Good day.
I'm very incapable of talking about you. Who is Victor Olaotan?
Well, a young man born in the middle of Lagos in Lafiaji, many years ago. I went to school in Lagos. I was a Catholic. Father was a Catholic, mother was a Methodist. But she still has to go to Catholic church with us when we have to. And we follow her to Methodist church when we have to.
I know how it is.
My mother went to Olobo Methodist School. And then she went to, I think, Methodist Grammar School or Girls' School back then, before she became a nurse. And my father went to St. Gregory's College and went to Cambridge University in England. My father was a police officer, and I would have been a police officer if I had wanted to, but I chose not to. I told him I have to obtain my degree before I join any force.
And you would have looked so nice because...
As a police officer,
yes,
right?
Yeah, because this is black and you're looking so nice.
But I didn't want to join the police then. I actually preferred the Navy because I was a swimmer, but I still didn't join. But when I was in the US, I was a weekend soldier, what they call the Army Reserve. So that just helped me to acquire some of the military, experience that I had as a young man. I left St. Gregory's for Atakumasa High School in Elisha when my father died. And from Atakumasa High School, I was under the tutelage of Chief Adeade Farati. The former Ondo State Governor was my principal. And I was one of the students he held in very highest esteem because not only was I an all-round athlete, I was also leading my class in academics.
It's obvious.
So he always tell people, he said, there is no excuse for you because you are an athlete that you don't know your academics. That he has an example of somebody who combined both. It's even in my testimonials. I became a professional footballer. I played for Water Corporation in Ibadan for about 5 or 6 years, thereabout. I left there, I met a producer by the name of Laolu Oguniyi, and together we made the first television movie on Nigerian television in 1974.
Wow.
Called Candle in the Wind. I'm sure people who were living in the old Western state, Western region, they will remember this movie because it was a fantastic movie. Candle in the Wind aired for about 3.5 hours. That was the first time on Nigerian television they see a television drama for that long. Usually it's 1 hour or 30-minute drama, program. So we did the first Nigerian, television drama, and thereabout I did a 6-month course at University of Ibadan Theatre Arts Department, and from there I became a member of the professional performing company called the Ibadan Masks, and I think that's where I caught my teeth as an actor. I have a given. God has blessed me somehow. I happen to have gone through training from all the known legends in the industry.
I was going to say so.
All the people who
I was
started the
going to say so.
industry.
I think you have been influenced or affected by the finest hands in the
Yes,
industry.
I was very lucky. And when I left University of Ife to come and become a producer at NTA Ibadan, back then it's called WNTV WNBS, before NTA came about, I was put in charge. You know, destiny will be fulfilled. I was to be producing Theatre Yoruba. So most of your Yoruba theatre people that you know today, the ones of old, I used to be their producer. And then they put me solely in charge of Baba Salah. So I was the producer for Baba. Baba Salah is actually still alive. Yeah, I think he's about 80-something years old now. He's still alive and kicking.
I hope he's doing well too, because
Well,
I don't like us forgetting our legends, people who kept us happy, who made our hearts light when they get old and frail. Is he doing well?
He's okay, but I don't think he's doing as
He
well
could
as
do
he should be
bet- he could be
doing.
better.
Yes. You know, he had an hotel called Alawada, Sports, back then, and I think it's still the hotel that he's living in now. I believe Baba
Is that
Salah-
in Lagos there?
No, in Elisha.
Elisha.
Yes, Elisha, Osun State. Baba Salah could have been much, much better than that. If Baba Salah were to have been an American, he would be a legendary billionaire today.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, when I wasn't in the country, when they said he made a movie on Umoru, I knew about the story of that movie, and somebody pirated the movie. And that was the beginning of piracy in Nigeria. The movie cost him about 3 million naira. Then 3 million naira is like 300 million naira today.
I know.
And he couldn't get the money back. He was owing banks, he was owing people, and then that really brought him down. So Baba Salah is not as well as he should be.
You see, I feel worried about some of the things that happen in our nation, because if you watched Baba Salah as a child growing up and you had all the excitement, it gave you all that excitement you needed, and you're a governor today or a president or a minister or one big businessman,
I believe they could have reached out to him.
that you should reach out to him.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen here. We just forget in a hurry.
I think the problem with that is in the inception of our educational system. In Nigeria, I think we concentrate mainly on the basics of education, which is maths, chemistry, biology, physics. There are other para-educational, courses that make people who they become in life that we never pay attention to. For example, in America, there is a course. When I left here and I went to America to go and take a master program, they asked me that I have to take a 100 level course in theater arts appreciation of arts. And I'm like, that is beyond me. Why would I be taking it? They said, because you don't have it in your curriculum. And that's the problem in Nigerian system today. People don't really know how to appreciate the arts. The same thing goes for music. The same thing goes for theater. Like in our job, somebody will call you and say, excuse me, I'm sorry, this is a low budget. I only have 50,000 naira. And I tell them, I say, 50,000 naira? I'm a human being. I will pay rent. I will pay my children's school fees. I will take care of my car. I will buy a car. That's why you see a lot of artists out there. Some of them don't have a car. Some of them don't even have their own house that they live in. They are squatting with somebody every now and then. And that's not how it should be.
Uncle Victor, you know what I think? For me, it's more of the shame of the people than the artists.
They don't see it like that.
I see it as the shame of the people, because
you are right.
When somebody makes you happy, everybody says, oh, Nigerians are the happiest people. Yeah. They say so because
it's something that's making them happy.
Something is making us happy.
That's right.
In spite of all our struggles and all our troubles.
Yes. And I don't blame the people. The system itself needs to reorientate people's mentality about arts. Unfortunately, our new dispensation, I don't know if they have anything for the arts, unlike the old one, who has spent most of his administration appreciating the arts, which we really, cherish.
That was good, isn't it?
Very good. I think it was the best time our industry has ever had in any government.
I think it
ever.
really had
You know.
a wonderful time. Please don't go away. We'll be right back.
Therefore, Brill Studios will begin pre-production on a second bigger project, the size of which can only be effectively handled by the creation of a production department. It is a great responsibility, which can only be entrusted to one who has proven himself over time.
Welcome back. And if you're just joining us, this is Destiny Moments with Eunice. And we have on set Mr. Victor Olaotan, my screen hero. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
In a lighter mood, has anybody ever mistaken you for Wole Soyinka?
Oh, many times. One time I was in Ghana, there's this family who walked up to me and they were almost kneeling down. I had to ask them to get up. They say, "Oh, you are an icon. We worship you, this, that." And my wife was looking at me and said, "This cannot be because of Tinselu." What this guy?
No, but this is a lot to add.
I know, but
did you try to understand? Because it could be for Tinsel for.
No, later I found I wasn't for Tinsel.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because now he was saying he was reading all my books.
Okay, I see.
So immediately I knew he was talking about. Then another person they mistake me for is Chabadu.
Yes.
You know, the one in the Village Headmaster. A lot of people always think he's around. He lives in Abeokuta.
Oh.
You know, good man. You know, we were in Tinsel together. He happens to be my doctor in Tinsel. So the day he was coming on set, people say, "This is somebody that you and him, they look alike." But when we are beside each other, it doesn't really look like we are being. There is a little similarity, but not as much as people will say they mistake me for me. Somebody said he saw him on TV, he thought it was me, and later he was looking at the man and said, "This is not Victor." Later he now saw me and him together. He now knew that it was two different people. But when we are beside each other, it doesn't appear so.
I read something about you some time ago. You coming back from America with $100.
Oh man, that was.
Is that correct?
I mean, yeah, it is a fact, but it's a story that I don't really like to talk about much because it's one of those.
You have to talk about it.
It was one of those dark past that one has. Well, I had an issue with tax in the U.S., and I had to leave the country. So coming here, I didn't have time to cash any money because my accounts were frozen. So I just took a traveling certificate and came home. And I got to the airport, I only have $100 in my pocket.
Are you serious?
Yes, but God has been awesome.
But do you know, I think that story that makes you feel bad is the high point of your life. So how did you, which is basically, in fact, that's the main reason you're sitting on this hot seat today. So how did you navigate from $100? How did you do it? How did you get to where you are?
Well, when I came home, I even promised myself I don't want to go back to theater arts because I went to National Theater just to reminisce about the old times. I was there when they built the National Theater, and I was one of the performers in National Theater back in 1977. So I just went there to see what's going on. And I saw a lot of my friends. And one of the people, we were in University of Ife together, who is a professor today, Professor Ahmed Yerima. I actually did the first script he wrote. Kajo the Liberian Baba was his first script. I was Kajo the Liberian Baba. So he is now the director of National Theater. So I saw him, I said, "What's going on?" At first, he really didn't recognize me. So I told him, I said, "Have you gotten that old?" Before he now realized it was me, he said, "You have gone all gray." So I found a lot of my colleagues, friends, people we started the theater together. I don't want to mention their names. And they were not doing so well. And I was so depressed. I went home that day very depressed. And I'm like, is this what theater has become in Nigeria? We were the pioneers of fantastic production in Africa, not just Nigeria. We used to call Ibadan the Hollywood of Africa because everybody that wants to find out anything about theater arts, they come to Ibadan. From America, from South Africa, from Ghana, from anywhere, they come to Ibadan. And we have all the professors there. We have professors from the islands, Caribbean islands. We have professors from Ghana. We have professors from Sierra Leone. We have professors.
And some of the finest actors we have in Nollywood today studied in Ibadan.
Oh, yes. In
I
fact,
had Bimba Akitola here the other day.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Nollywood actually started, anything that has to do with theater in Nigeria today started in Ibadan. Because Ibadan, being the premier university, is the first theater arts department anywhere.
The Rusty City.
Yes. Now, most theater departments all over the world are headed by graduates from Ibadan. Now it's Ife, joined later. And you have a lot of people from Ibadan to Ife and from Ife all over Nigeria now, but everybody, emanated from the University of Ibadan. So that is the inspiration I have today, that I started in Ibadan with the best.
Yeah, it's obvious. It's undeniable that you started with the best. Now you started acting from a very, very early age.
Yes.
At what point in your life did you really get a break? What was that destiny moment in your life that you had a break, a stabilizing break?
I think in 1979, when I was selected as one of 8 actors in Nigeria to go and represent Nigeria in the US.
1979.
Yes.
Respect.
So that was the break of my life, because at that time I was a junior producer at NTA Ibadan. And some people said I took a break with another actor, Akin Lewis. We both worked together. So we both him and myself took a vacation to Kano. I've never been to the north. So we went to the north, we had fun, we spent 2 weeks. So by the time I came back, they told me on my job that I will be fired, though, that my program has been I said, I did the 2-week program and put it in the library for them. They said I should have been around. So I was having issues with that. And then somebody said, Professor Adedeji is looking for you. Where have you been? I said, I went to Kano. They said, you better go and see him at the theater arts. So they have been asking about you. They sent people here. So when I got to theater arts, they said, everybody have moved to Lagos. I said, for what? They said, there's some program that's going on. We don't know what it is. It has to do with government. I said, so I have to go to Lagos. By the time I took trip, then, they just built our expressway. It used to take us 45 minutes to get to Lagos. So I took one of those panel, I forgot what they call those Danfo with panel van. 1 hour I've got into Lagos. I went to University of Lagos where they camped them. So I saw Professor Adedeji. Professor Adedeji, we have been looking for you. You have been selected as one of the actors to go and perform in America. Wow. And I'm like...
That's a major break.
And a few years before, I was hustling to get visa to go to America.
Are you serious?
And I couldn't get it.
So now you just got it on
I got a
diplomatic
visa. That's the word I was looking for. So I was looking for an ordinary visa. Yes.
Visa. This is amazing.
So I now got a diplomatic visa of 2 years. With multiple entry, which means for the 2 years I can go back and forth anyhow I like, and I'm protected by government.
Could you sleep that day?
I couldn't sleep. So they told me, they said, do I have a passport? I said yes. That actually I've been trying to get a visa. They said, is your passport still valid? I said, I don't know. They said, go and bring it.
Abandoned it.
I ran back to Ibadan. I went and brought my passport. They look at the passport. They said, no, your passport will expire next year. They are going to give you a multiple visa, so you need a new one. So the same day they took us to the passport office. They took our picture. That same day the passport came out. That same day they took it to American Embassy and stamped it and gave me the passport in my hand. I look at it. I was holding that passport with the visa all over the place. So I went to my mother, because I'm from Lagos. So I went to my mother. I said, I'm in Lagos, so I'm in Unilag. She said, what are you doing there? What's going on? You are not working in Ibadan again. I said, I'm working. We are going to America. She said, America for what? I said, I've been selected to go and perform in America. She said, what? This theater thing that you guys are doing? I said, yes.
Now, as we round up, sir, what is, in all this wealth of experience you've gotten, what is your idea, what's your definition of success? And how has that definition affected the success you have made over time?
Well, my take in all of this is that success is when you have done something to a level of appreciation, and then you can pass that down to other people and they can achieve even better than what you have achieved. That is success. When we started Tinsel, most of the young actors had never acted before. But somehow they would not know if your pedigree is rubbing off on them or not. They believe they are just performing. But today, I am happy to say that most of them have become veterans and fantastic actors, and financially they are doing very well. So I see that as success.
And can you just say one last word on set here for your viewers and your fans out there?
I believe in anything you do. And like they say that whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. In anything you do, do your very best. And make sure you have all your tools to achieve greatness. A lot of people say they can act, they believe they can do this, but they have not trained for it. Raw talent without knowledge is equal to zero.
Apprenticeship.
So you need to multiply your talent by the training you get, and the sky will be the limit.
Uncle Victor, sir, this is from a sponsor company, Home Ferry. You know, when I watch you on TV, I just said to myself, this man must have a good wife. Some of the things in here will be gift from you to your wife when you get home. But there's something beautiful there that is for you. Thank you so much for coming to us. Uncle Victor says, whatever it is you have chosen to do, the way to get into a moment of destiny that turns your whole life around is to do it and do it very well. Mentorship, value mentorship. That's what Uncle Victor is saying sitting here today. And I am saying, if you can just be focused and wait in faith and great focus, I emphasize, you will suddenly just discover that all you thought you lost, everything good you thought you lost, just comes on its own in the place of focus and hard work, comes running to you, hugging you and living with you. And until we come your way next week, from I and Uncle Victor, it's bye-bye.